Hi everybody, Natasha here from Kimberley Jaggers, and I'm down here this week in Karratha at the Developing Northern Australia Conference, and I've run into Sherena Bin Hitam. Hi Sherena, how are you?
I'm well, thank you, Natasha.
Now tell me, Sherena, where are you from? A little bit about your background. Where are you from and your role now?
I'm from Broome originally, and I'm Bardi Jawi as well, from the Dampier Peninsula north of Broome.
Yep.
But I'm currently here living in Karratha. I'm working as a business coach with Wallich Hub, and I'm working and trying to support Indigenous people either starting or in business or wanting to grow their business.
How many people are part of that you're supporting?
Well, at the moment, I also hold the Indigenous engagement role with the Karratha District Chamber of Commerce, and through that registration we have about 180 Indigenous businesses across the Pilbara, which is not only my role isn't in Karratha itself or the area, it's across the Pilbara.
Yeah, so that's huge. So you're based in Karratha, but you travel around quite a bit.
Yes.
Are you still doing your own jewellery? Like these are your own earrings here. I've also purchased some of Sherena's beautiful artwork.
Of course, that keeps me peace and it keeps my lian strong. Yeah. Obviously, you know, in order to maintain my cultural links and stories and continue that, it does help me. And I do a number of other arts and crafty
bit of therapy,
production. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, fantastic. So here at this conference now, we're talking about developing Northern Australia, and I mentioned it in a video yesterday that Aboriginal people are making up 20% of the population across Northern Australia. So that's approximately 250,000 people, Sherena. Okay, but we have interest over 80% of the land rights. Like we have, you know, our cultural areas and our PBCs and our country, our ngura. And so we have a keen interest in this conversation about developing Northern Australia. And I want to have your thoughts in regards to the importance of putting Aboriginal businesses front and centre at these kind of forums, so we can actually hear what Aboriginal people are doing, because we're a big part of the economy. We've got to be a big part of we're a shareholder, not a stakeholder. We're actually a shareholder in this conversation. And this is a really important time for us to get that economy growing and being engaged in enterprise. What's your thoughts on that, please?
Well, obviously, personally as an Aboriginal person, but also as an Aboriginal woman, I think it's critical that, and obviously it's reflected in my job, Aboriginal engagement in the economy is critical to changing the landscape per se. You know, and as you mentioned, we do own 80% of the land. We can make it very productive.
Yes.
We can and through acknowledgement and engagement, through partnerships, real partnerships for business, it actually spills onto all and every single person down the line. Being engaged or being able to change their scenarios, whether it's in their home or whether it's in their community or in a bigger space if they're wanting to do business. So it has the opportunity, or government have the opportunity to make real change, and I mean real by actually saying, as we mentioned and we talked about, being front and centre, but actually engaging with us as Aboriginal people and native title holders, and saying, let's go into some form of equity partnership. What does that look like? Would be determined by the local traditional owner group and its members, and what do they want to aspire to utilise their lands for?
You know, Indigenous businesses are unparalleled in regards to their social investment. So it's really important that governments and people and you know, other stakeholders that are working in the space recognise the important value that Indigenous businesses bring to the table, and we need to leverage off that our culture and our willingness to give back. Our social reinvestment is unparalleled.
Absolutely.
And we're going to help other people up as well. If we're engaged in businesses, we're going to help others up as well. So it's really important, hey?
And just adding to that, Natasha, you know, mug and the makers, for instance, that is a social investment. You know, if I didn't have the skill set, at least I would have had the engagement with mug and the makers to actually do my art and actually do some level of economic engagement, even if it is at the home, sitting down doing my art and painting or producing some craft to sell in the tourism or in the general public space. But social investment also spills onto it also integrates with us as parents, but also changing the cycles. Our you know, from poverty to economic cycles, transitioning to that, showing our kids that us grandmothers are quite capable, and so they can, and then therefore they can pursue higher, you know, through education and exposure
and business opportunities as well.
Opportunities, they can be engaged and make changes for themselves and for their families going down the track for the future.
Absolutely, so important. Keep up your wonderful work. Thanks so much for your time this morning, and take care, everybody.
Thank you.
See ya.